Hi everyone, just a quick video to go through the pie charts for today. So we've got two pie charts here and this is a survey and they've asked some girls and boys which their favourite chocolates are. So the first pie chart is 100 girls and we can see plain chocolate, white chocolate and milk chocolate. I always like to estimate in my head what fractions we've got. So milk chocolate's about a half, but it's definitely less than a half. I don't really need to go any more than that. That's as complicated as I need to make it. Plain chocolate I can see is exactly a quarter of the girls said that was the favourite. And white chocolate, it was more than a quarter. Okay, I could maybe say a third, but I'm not sure that'd be accurate. I'll just say more than a quarter. And then for the boys, I can see exactly half like milk chocolate, and then a bit more than a quarter like white, and a bit less than a quarter like plain chocolate is their favourite chocolate. Now Dev says the pie charts show that more girls than boys like milk chocolate best. What? The boys, half of them like milk chocolate, the girls less than half. But it says Dev is correct. Explain how you know. So either I'm missing something, or since this is a SATs question, the SATs examiner can't do maths. I must be missing something. I've got to be. I know these SATs papers are thoroughly planned and checked. The pie chart shows that more girls than boys. Ah, the numbers. So I can see 50 boys are part of this pie chart. So half of them like milk chocolate. So half of 50, 25. 25 boys said they liked milk chocolate. But the girls is less than a half, but a half of 100 is 50. And actually, I can see, using my maths, that a quarter would be 25. Well, much more than a quarter of girls like milk chocolate. So 25 boys like milk chocolate, and this much of girls is worth 25. So actually, yes, Dev is right. More girls did like milk chocolate. Perhaps nearly 50 girls like milk chocolate. Could estimate maybe and say between 40 and 45. So Dev actually was right. I needed to compare and look at the numbers. If I scroll down, there's another similar one. So here, oh, too far up, Miss Wood. We've got 200 girls and 100 boys were asked about their favourite meal. And these pie charts show the results. So of the 200 girls, I've got a quarter liking fish and chips. Very cleverly, they've put us the 90 degrees there to show that we have got a quarter liking fish and chips. And then of the boys, we've got 3/4 that like fish and chips. Okay, so we've got some true or false questions. 3/4 of the boys chose fish and chips. Yeah, correct. 3 times as many boys as girls chose fish and chips. Well, let's think about how many boys and how many girls before we look if that's correct. So I need to work out how many boys. 3/4 of 100. Well, 1/4 of 100 is 25. So 3/4, 25, 50, 75. 75 boys chose fish and chips. Now, if I look at the girls, I need a quarter of 200. Half of 200 is 100, so a quarter is 50. So we've got 50 girls, 75 boys, and I'd definitely be writing this information down so I didn't get confused. 3 times as many boys as girls chose fish and chips. Well, I know the fraction's 3 times, but it's saying as many boys. Well, is 75 3 times 50? 3 times 50, 50, 100, 150. No, that's false because there's not an equal amount. If we go by the fractions, that would be right. But because the numbers, the amounts of girls and boys are different, actually that's wrong. So they were trying to trick us with that question. Hopefully that will help you for today's learning. If it helps to label the part. So write a quarter, 3/4, write a quarter, 3/4, and then actually do the maths. Work out the fraction of amount. So work out a quarter of 200. Work out 3/4 of 100. And if you're stuck with working out fractions of amounts, remember, divide by the bottom and times by the top. Don't get too hung up on getting the perfect fraction. Just say, oh, it's about a quarter, it's about a half, it's more than that, it's less than that, and you will still be able to work it out. So you don't need a protractor, you don't need to do any really complicated fractions. Not at Key Stage 2 level anyway, you might when you go to high school. And you should be able to get a really good idea of how to work out those pie charts. Have a lovely day. Bye.